So I'd like to start with, I have a beautiful, bright 16-year-old daughter right now. Back when she was in 6th or 7th grade, she got bullied in middle school. And from then on, she started to self-harm, and we tried to seek help for her. We did our research and we found that dialectical behavioral therapy is helpful in her situation. So we did that for her for about 2 years. It helped a little bit, but it didn't solve the problem. She had problems with emotional regulation. She was always depressed. And so after that, COVID hit, and so we're back to online therapy and school was out. So she did a little better, but after school started, the problems came back again. She did not progress. It was just downhill, so we didn't have any choice. We really didn't want her to start on medication, but we had no choice but start her on some antidepressant, and that helped in the beginning, but really did not solve any of the issues. She then went on to high school, and of course that became much more complicated for her and for us. There's problems with relationships, with boys, with school. So finally, we sadly had to put her in residential care. That was the lowest point of being a parent. One of the lowest point, if not the lowest point. Residential, 3 weeks there, then went on to 6 weeks of partial hospitalization after she was discharged. And here we are, PHP, after all of that we did. Still, she didn't like where she is in PHP. She didn't feel heard, she didn't feel cared for. So now we are at a standstill and we're stuck. And as a parent, what do we do with that? So again, we started to do our research again, and we found online, we found TMS, and we actually didn't see TMS first. We found Dr. Georgine Nanos first, and then she talked about this effective cutting-edge treatment, and it just really blew my mind as we found out more about it. We watched all her podcasts, all the videos that she had, read more about it, and so at first we were a little bit skeptical, but my husband was the one who really pushed for it. So he actually did the job of picking up the phone and calling Dr. Nanos' office, and we were set up for the first appointment for consultation. And we showed up here, and Dr. Nanos was very positive, and she told us all the benefits of TMS. And so it just strengthened our faith. We all that she said we already knew, but it strengthened our faith in doing this. So we showed up here, 5 days of accelerated TMS, and it really worked for us because all we had to do was just take off for 5 days so that we can be with our daughter for her treatments. Everybody, Dr. Nanos and her staff were very accommodating and very kind to us, and made it very easy for us to go through this process. And so I want to mention that the first night after she had her first day of her treatment, I just noticed a little bit of something different with my daughter. When we went back to the hotel, she engaged in a pleasant conversation with her mother. And that was very surprising because that really hasn't happened in a very long time. So I was very surprised, and so then we continued on the next day, the next few sessions, and by the third, every day I noticed something different about her. By the third day, we went to the craft store to get some of her crochet stuff, and I was just surprised walking from the car to the store. She held my hand, and there was no, I did not feel any angst. The angst is gone, and the gloominess. And I just feel like every day when we come here and she has the treatment every day, it just feels like this dark cloud is just slowly lifting and lifting until like we can see better. It was such, I'm telling you, it was a very dark time for our family. This time, this whole 5 6 years is a very dark time. But this whole TMS therapy with treatment with Dr. Nanos gave us hope as a family that something, the cloud, there is like a silver lining behind the clouds. And we're very thankful for Dr. Nanos and her staff. So, so the health coaching, so I really appreciated that because I feel, so my daughter says that she felt really cared for, and and she didn't say love, but I feel like she felt love. She felt the care of everyone here, and including the health coaching. They are, they see her and they listen to her, and it's really important that that support, because this is a kind of also a, a challenging time. But I feel like Dr. Nanos has really done a great job with having this support, because the patient and the family needs that support, that emotional support. You need all the support that you need, to go through this. And to tell you, as a parent, like, so as a mother, I myself, I feel like, oh, this is like just too much. Like life is just like, like doing this to you, and you're like, oh, like you're just flopping around like a seaweed, and you're trying to like get yourself, like just your head above water, just trying to take that breath. But Michelle, who help me. We usually take walks every day and talk about how the day has been, and how I'm feeling, how Kailani was feeling. And that alone just means a lot to me, to be able to just, talk to someone about what I'm going through, and what I'm feeling. It just like gets, gets that out of you. That's really therapeutic and helpful, especially for the parents. So I really appreciate that. I think that the health coaching part really, is part of the whole puzzle. It just like makes it complete. When people think about TMS, they probably would have tried like other modes, modalities of treatment, and it didn't work. So like, because for us, that's what happened. Like, we tried everything, and this is our last shot. And we're just hoping to, but when I see the studies that have been done, and you're saying that it, back in 2008 that it was done, but not a lot of people really know about it. And so um, I'm just happy, and I'm happy that we found you, and we found this community of kind and compassionate people. The kind